welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV. I hope everyone is well. Sorry, I've just realised I hadn't added everyone onto the screen. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on. I've completely forgotten how to host a stream quite clearly, but welcome back, guys. A lot has changed in 3 weeks. We've got a new manager, and today is the start of a new era under Zerbi. A little bit apprehensive, a little bit excited, not sure how to feel, but I'm joined by a wonderful panel as always. I have got my other half, Jimbo, in the house. I'm Kate and Jimbo.
You was just telling you're going to divorce.
Well, yeah, he clearly never listens to anything I say. We've got the wonderful Dermatron from THFC Till We Die and the wonderful Chang from Spurs Diehards as well. Jimbo, first of all, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm feeling very confident. Very confident.
Good. Dermatron, how are you?
I thought I was in the middle of early EastEnders there at the minute when Den served Ange the divorce papers in the pub. I was suspecting the do. Yeah, fine. Great to be back. Missed this. Yeah, come on, you Spurs. Spurs are back, baby. Yeah.
Exactly. We're back. And Mr. Chang, long time no see. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Miss Kate, Mr. Boxer, Mr. Dermot, everyone else too, watching this either live now, an hour and a half or so before kickoff or on playback. I hope you've all had a very rather stressless weekend last weekend when the FA Cup was on. A lot of things have happened, to be honest with you, everyone, with regards to the complexion now of the managerial, reign that's taken over from the outgoing Igor Tudor. I am buzzing for this game. It's been a long while since I've actually been proper excited for any sort of game that involves Spurs. Hopefully, we will be able to wrestle back control of the fate of our Premiership survival after the final whistle today. Having said that, without further ado, as always, it's straight back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, it's quite a sad indictment. Two things. I'm going to get the negatives out of the way. Today marks 105 days since our last Premier League win. And it's quite sad that today, Man City and Chelsea fighting for Europe, Man City fighting for the title, and there's us just fighting to get out of the bottom three. How the mighty have fallen. But hey, all we can do is go in and do our best and hope that that's enough. Big up to Kevin Berry, who's become a member. So thank you very much on behalf of Ben and Sim. Look, I'm going to start with the basic question that obviously we haven't streamed together for a while. So I'm going to start with you, Dermot, and ask you, what's your thoughts on Zerbi? Are you pleased that we've hired this guy, and what's your overall thoughts on it?
I am pleased. I think we needed him more. He needed us. I will use Simon Jordan's quote that he did bent Tottenham over and, said, you're going to take that. And we said, yes, okay, we will take it any way you like. Trying to keep it clean, sorry. And basically, we've just chucked money at it. He says, I want this. Yeah, fine. Bang, bang, bang. But it's the right manager. We should have got him after we sacked Thomas Frank, but we didn't because our owners are complete idiots and they wouldn't know how to run a circus if they were put in charge of it. So, but look, he's here now. He's going to make things simple. But I've just got this one doubt in my head. He didn't have the best of starts at Brighton. And that's the one thing that niggles me. I want him to have a good start. He needs a win today. Today is vital. 3 points. A draw's not good enough. A draw is not good enough. We have to get 3 points today because we have to put the pressure, like it or not, we have to put the pressure back onto West Ham for next week. Yeah. And I think he will make things simple. He will come in with a simple message. But I'm delighted. I'm absolutely over the moon we got him in. I think it's the right appointment at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, Chang, are you feeling the same? I mean, obviously, we've gone all in. We haven't got an interim. We've gone all in 5 years. Here you go, job done. What do you make of it all?
Honestly, if there was a perfect managerial candidate to take over from Big Ange after our Europa League win, shortly before the Super Cup final in Italy, I will have openly and honestly say if Zerbi was the perfect match. Unfortunately, he was still managing Marseille at the time, so unfortunately it wasn't possible. But he's here now. this is very, very similar. There are so many similarities between him and Conte, who took over from Nuno. Now Igor Tudor is taking over from both Thomas Frank and from Igor Tudor. So I really do hope that this is the beginning of a new era. Of course, any new managerial hiring at Spurs, we all know it always comes up short, more so because of the lack of signings. And I'm not sure if that's ever going to change. I really do hope this time around we get it right with him. We get it right with the signings and also maybe some of the outgoings. But more importantly, as of today, I would really love to see a new Spurs manager, that manager being the Zerbi, getting what we can only hope is a new manager bounce. We didn't get a new manager bounce with Thomas Frank when we played PSG in the Super Cup final. Neither did we get that new manager bounce under Igor Tudor when we played the North London derby. That was a bit of a disappointment, but let's wait and see what happens. And can't wait for this new era, this new manager era under the Zerbi. And fingers crossed, he might even go the distance of 5 years. Whether it brings success or not, that's another story altogether. But more than ever, we need some stability right now. Let's hope the Zerbi is that stability that we so badly need. Having said that, straight back to you, Ms. Kate.
Yeah, I agree. Big up Leo, all the way from Denver. Big up to everyone watching all over the world. I mean, Polly, what I will say, I will come to you in a minute, Jimbo, is you could look at it the other way and say, you know, West Ham did dispatch Wolves quite easily. They literally capitulated Wolves. But you could say, well, then we should feel a little bit more confident playing Wolves, maybe. I don't know. But
it wasn't, first of all, right, it wasn't easy West Ham beating Wolves because the first half, Wolves should have been out of sight.
Yeah,
they had so many chances that they never put away. So it wasn't an easy win, even though at the end the 4-0 looked easy, right? If they'd have took their chances in the first half, they would have been right under pressure, West Ham. But at the end of the day, they never West Ham won, so that puts us in this precarious situation. But look, I just want to say what Dermot was saying about the money and him bending his club over. I am absolutely over the moon that he bent them over and shafted them because it's what they need, it's what they deserve, right? They deserve everything they get, this hierarchy, right? And I hope he squeezes them for every single penny, right? But then you've got to look on the other side of it. In 7 games' time, right, he's on 60 million for 5 years.
Yeah.
In 7 games, he could earn that 60 million. Because if he keeps us up, it's worth a hell of a lot more than 60 million to the owners of this club. So when you look at it that way, Dermot, it's cheap if he keeps us up.
It is. It is. I mean, I could respond to that, but this is not after the watershed, and I'll try to keep it as clean. But I do have a response in my head that I could, what you just said, Jim. But no, you're right. It is. It's worth over 100 and something million, isn't it? Us staying in the Premier League. And do you know what?
It's worth more than that, Dermot. They're estimating that we lose about 300 to 400 million if we go down.
I want to ask a question to you three, actually. I know we won the Europa League last year. Would this be a bigger achievement, staying up, than winning that trophy last year?
In the situation
where we are now.
In the situation we find ourselves in and the way we've played this season, for me, it's a yes. It'll be a bigger achievement, but I don't know what Jim and Chang think. Chang, what do you think?
I think it's I completely agree with your thoughts there. I think staying up means so much more to us in the long run. Yes, I won't water down the value of that European trophy and what is done for us, and also all the jibes at us for being trophyless. But in the long run, looking at the bigger picture, our bread and butter, the bread and butter of any football club, regardless if it's British or Italian or German or French or any other European club, the Premiership is our bread and butter. We need to be constantly not only be in the Premiership but also challenging at the very top, or at the very least qualifying for Europe, which sadly this season isn't going to be for us. But to answer Dermot's question, yes, I would definitely mark the Premiership survival as a bigger achievement for us compared to our Europa League. Having said that, over to Mr. Boxall.
Well, Polly, you just said that it should be a minimum staying up, not an achievement.
Yeah.
And you're exactly right. But the situation we find ourselves in, right, is it has become an achievement, unfortunately. But that's just the way it is because of this position. But you was asking me about the Zerbi, Kate. You was asking us. I think it's a great appointment, and I don't think that it's going to take too long for these players to get on board with his style, because his style is similar to Ange, but a little bit more pragmatic, and I think a little bit more involved, right? Not so gung ho. So it should be in their head, most of these players from Ange. So I don't think it's going to take too long for him to get his style across.
I mean, Jimbo,
but great appointment in my opinion.
Staying on Zerbi for a minute, what did you make of his first press conference? Because I thought the fact that he said that he's here for the long term, the fact that he didn't want to talk about getting Tottenham back to the top of the league and that sort of thing, I thought he came across as very self-assured, very confident, but also with a little bit of arrogance. I deserve to be back in the Premier League. And, how did you think he came across at his first press conference for Spurs?
Well, I thought he came across brilliant. He said what we want to hear. Right, he answered the questions. I don't think he's a no-nonsense guy. He's not going to take any shit from the press. If he doesn't want to answer something, he won't. I mean, I was watching another interview he done with a girl this morning. When you come down, you saw me watching it, and the questions she asked him, and I just think he comes over very confident, self-assured. He knows what he wants. He knows what he wants to get over to the players, and he'll do it. And it'll be, for me, with him, if you don't listen to him, you ain't playing. He's that type of manager. But this is what this club needs. This club needs, I've been saying it to you for how long, Kate? This club needs someone to walk in, grab this club by the balls, right, and drag it back to where it belongs. And you can't do that when you've got people like Vinay, people like Lang, right, running the show. Because they're not capable. Right, they've proved that. They've only been in with us a certain amount of time. They're not capable of doing it. Levy was here for 20 years. He weren't capable of doing it. Right, so let this guy do it. The football guy, he knows football. Let him take this club back to where it belongs. And if they let him, what they've said they're going to do, let him have the keys to the kingdom, I think he'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, Dermot, this is kind of true, isn't it? When Frank's first press conference, the first thing he said is, I can promise you we'll lose games. He made a point of saying, Tottenham finished 17th last season. It was more negative, whereas I feel like De Zerbi's come in saying, I'm fully aware of what I've got to do. I'm confident in the players I've got. I mean, was you impressed by his press conference?
I was really impressed by it. I loved it. I loved the way he said also that, the players have to deserve the fans' respect and support. And it's not a given. And he's right on that. He was right when he said players can move from the club to club. We can't as fans. We are born Tottenham fans and we will die Tottenham fans. And there's no in between. We can't we can't go and support another team after every couple of years. So I thought it was very reassuring, very refreshing, better than listening to that idiot talk about we will lose games. He was right. We did lose games. We lost a lot of them. Should have been sacked a lot sooner.
It was the only thing he was right about.
It was the only thing he was right about, to be fair. And what we should have done, we should have got the Peaky Blinders in and removed him as quickly as we possibly could. But De Zerbi's in. Long live De Zerbi. The king is dead. Long live the king. We've got a new man in charge. He's going to lead us to safety, and Tottenham will stay in the Premier League.
Right, well, you've heard it here first, but the team is out. De Zerbi's first team is out, and we have Kinsky in goal. Richarlison, Udogie, Gray, and Bergvall. Brave midfield decisions there. Romero, captain, Solanke, Gallagher, Pedro Porro, Van de Ven, and Kolo Muani. Quite attacking, I would say. Austin, Dragushin, Danso, Paulinho, Xavi, Basuma, Tell, Spence, and Sarr on the bench. Now, straight away, I'm going to put it out there because I know people are going to moan Xavi's not starting. I actually said I didn't want Xavi to start this game. I think he's a bit of a luxury player. I would rather start more solid. Chang, what do you make of that lineup? Because he's gone very attacking there. You've got the likes of Bergvall and Gray in midfield. You've got Romero. You've got Solanke playing and Richarlison playing and Mawani playing. It's kind of polar opposite to what we've been seeing all season. What do you make of that?
I think it's very attacking. Yes, it's the first thing that strikes me is it's very attacking. But also, we are also being rather maybe a bit experimental with having Bergvall and Gray together. I would rather have a Palhinha somewhere in there, even if it's forsaking one of Solanke, Kolo Muani, or even Richarlison. I honestly feel that we need to get some sort of stability before we can even venture forward. This might actually come back to haunt us at the end of the 90 minutes, but I really do hope that this works for us. All that needs to happen now is just to make sure we do not start the game with a howler. That's all I want to avoid. If anyone remembers Kinsky's game away against Atletico Madrid, that's what I'm hoping doesn't come to happen again. That's what I really hope does not come to pass this time around. So all the best to Kinsky and everyone else. And if things don't work out well for us, we have options to call upon from the bench. It's kind of strange though to be seeing all three of Richarlison, Solanke, and Kolo Muani all at once. We don't have any other centre forwards or recognizable forwards to call upon if one of them, struggles. But let's just wait and see what Zerbi has in store for us. And having seen that lineup, can't wait for kickoff. Having said that, straight back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, I mean, looking at that with the fact you've got Richie and Mawani, I would guess that both of them are playing on the wings because we've got no Tell. Obviously, we've got no Kudus. So I would think they're playing on the wings. I mean, Dermot, this is kind of like Ange Ball 2.0. I've got a little twinge. Yeah. I'm kind of excited to see this. What do you make of it?
I'm very excited. Look, I think Kinsky will have redemption today. I think he will come back from the depth and put in a really good performance. Yeah, I like it. It's bold, and he knows we have to go for it. There's no hiding place now. It's do or die. So he said, go for it, and I like it. I really like it. I put Palhinha in as the 6 and put Gray and Bergvall in that midfield. It's the only thing I did different, and I did put Xavi on the left. But you are right, Xavi is a luxury player, and to bring him on, if we say we're 1-0 or 2-0 up, I think, and just let him roam, I think it's a great thing to have on the bench. But I like it, Kate. This is a team that's going to get 3 points today. Fully confident, led by Romero. He has to stand up and be counted. These players have to stand up and fight for the shirt, fight for the badge. And Kinsky, his redemption today starts now.
Yeah. What I will say is I actually made a bold statement the other day and said I don't expect to see Palhinha ever play for Spurs under Zerbi. He is on the bench. Tell is also on the bench. Xavi on the bench. Basuma on the bench. So we have got options there. Obviously, Danso Sarr. Jimbo, are you impressed with this? Because I kind of feel like we're going to go back to the Spurs way and just going to go all out attack and try and get something, which it's going to take Sunderland by surprise because we've definitely not been like that this year.
Look, let's face it, right? No matter what team he puts out, right, people are going to moan, right, because everyone's got their own idea. I haven't, because I'm not a manager, right? I haven't got my coaching badges, so I leave it to the expert, which is Zerbi. I think he's proved how good he is as a manager. So I just trust what he's going to do because he knows 1,000 times better than I do. So I'm excited. But I've been excited, Kate, since he was appointed for the first game. I told you that. I just cannot wait, right? Kate's been nervous. I've been pumped because I can't wait to see how this team's going to play under this guy. And he's had 10 days with them. He must have got some of his philosophy over. I'm just really, really excited to see how these guys have took it on board and how they're going to react and how their mindset hopefully has changed from under Frank and Tudor. And I mean, look, for me, it's an exciting lineup because they want to score goals, and that's what I like.
Yeah, I'm looking at it's probably obviously Kinsky's in goal. Then you've got Van der Ven, Porro, Romero, and Udogi. So it's probably a 4-3-2-1. So you've got your four at the back. Then you've got Gallagher, Bergvall, Gray, Richarlison, and Kola Mawani on the wings, and Solanke up front. So he is going for his Christmas tree, which a lot of people didn't think he would do because it is a bit out there, and you know it takes a while to get that philosophy across. But I think, Jim, what you said is quite important. The players knew how to play under Ange. This isn't massively different, you know, so it could work.
I said to you when he first come in, right? For these players, he's the best manager we could have got because the philosophy of Ange is similar to De Zerbi, but De Zerbi, I think, is a better manager and he's more defensive minded than what Ange was. Ange was, we just go out and score 4, right? This guy will have a plan for the defense, you know, even though we will be attacking. So I think he's the perfect for these players at this time and this problem we're in. He's the best man that could have come in to save us.
Yeah, and he did actually reference Ange in his press conference, didn't he? He said he liked watching Ange and he wanted to get the players playing back that way. The Sunderland team is out as well. They've got Roths in goal. I sound like I'm talking to a dog when I say that. Roths. They've got, oh God, I can't even say the names. Mukiel, O'Neill, Alderete, Ronaldo, Xhaka as the captain, Siddiqui, Diarra, Rig, Lafay, and Brobbery. I think, Chang, if I asked most Tottenham fans who they're most concerned about with that lineup, they would probably say Xhaka. We all know he's a bit of a monster in midfield, but my sort of theory has been if we can get Richarlison going at Xhaka, he has got the potential to get a red. But I mean, what anyone there that concerns you? Obviously, we know Sunderland have punched well above their weight this year. Anyone else or anyone particular that you're concerned about?
Probably, maybe only Brian Brobby. I mean, he has the potential to actually unlock our defense. And as far as that Sunderland starting 11 is concerned, I think everyone else there is a team player. But if there was a game changer, it would probably be Brian Brobby, which is why I think we have to be very careful. Yes, looking at the lineup, I don't see why we can't avoid defeat, which I think is of absolute importance today. It's absolutely paramount and critical that we do not get this new Zerbi reign, so to speak, off on the wrong foot. But apart from Xhaka, which you definitely pointed out, which is why he is captain for Sunderland. I will keep an eye out on Brian Welby, but otherwise then I think it's a very strong, very stable, very dependable starting 11 for Sunderland. But if anything, I am fully confident our players will be able to go toe-to-toe with them. Important as well for us not to get overconfident and carried away. Having said that, straight back to you, Ms. Kate.
Yeah, I agree. Big up to Tiny Tottenham TV on behalf of Ben and Sim says, I hope we see an exciting display of De Zerbi ball. We need to get young Spurs fans to believe again. This lineup tells me we will outscore them and get stuck in. Thank you very much for the super chat. I mean, Dermot, I'm not going to concentrate too much on Sunderland because today is all about Tottenham. It's the start of an era. I mean, are you surprised with just how attacking he's gone, or is this what you expected?
This is what I expected, and this is what I wanted. We've had too much of sort of boring defensive football. Tottenham's always been push and run, attacking. Today is to do. And look, it's all about fighting now. We've got to go in and fight. And these players on here have to show all of their worth today. And I'm glad he's done it. I'm so glad he's gone attacking. The players prefer it. It's how they want to play. And he was saying a little bit of, I want to be like Ange Postecoglou. Well, I think this is Ange ball, but being a little bit more adult about it. Ange Ange ball was toddler to teenage years. Now this is now we're married, with children, we've got a dependable job, but we're still got that reckless bit, but we're more sensible with it. And I think this is what he's gone with. So Yeah, I'm really excited. I feel so buzzing now. I am buzzing. I can't stop. Delusional Tron is back. And I'm so
Do you know
glad he's
what?
back. I've had enough of Saki Domo. Saki Domo's gone in the bin. It's now, come on, you Spurs, we're going to win this.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm a lot more confident. I feel a lot more buzzing now that I've seen the team. I've got to be honest. I mean, King of Ferrets here coming in, great name, saying 2 weeks ago we were looking at relegation and Arsenal winning everything. Now we could stay up and Alice and the Gooners will be trophyless. Funny old game. Yes, indeed, it is.
I always say to Kate, a week in football is massive. How things can change in a week, 2 weeks in football. But you know what, Kate? I was sitting here trying to work out the team this morning, right? I was watching things about Spurs, and I was thinking of team, and I was thinking, what two's he going to play out the front three, right?
Yeah,
and he's played all three of them. Love it. I absolutely love it. But I was absolutely convinced that he would have Tell on the left. So
I have to say, I think if Kudus was starting, I think he would have played Tell on the left. But I think he's just gone for something completely different. I could be wrong, of course. I'm not saying I'm going to be right there, but I mean, he made a point, Chang, in his press conference of saying, naming a few players, but saying how important Van de Ven is. Is this his way of saying, look, I don't care if we stay up or go down. You're part of my future plans, and I want you at the club.
Yeah, definitely. Most importantly is that he now recognizes the core players that are key to our survival, and also on building his future at the club with. And one of the key players whom I thought would really make a difference to him, he did single out this one player who unfortunately has suffered yet another injury setback. This player in particular is Muhammad Kudus, and I think it's fair to say, I think it's safe to say that this Zerbi will still be with us, regardless of the outcome of this season's Premiership, whether we survive relegation, whether we get relegated, although I really do hope it doesn't come to that. But it just tells me that the Zerbi is in it for the long haul. Whether the players themselves are up for it in the long haul, that's up to them, and whether the owners want to back him, that is, I think, the most important of them all. That is going to really, really, really show what this club is all about. And great to see the Zerbi actually heaping praises, or rather singling out players whom he knows he must rely and depend upon if our Premiership survival is now laid on the cards. Having said that, straight back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. With regards to, obviously, we've seen Richarlison play on the wing before. He's not been great, Jimbo, and I'm not Richarlison's biggest fan. However, if I'm in a relegation battle, I'm picking Richarlison on my team all day long. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, Mawani, I think, plays on the right usually, so I'm thinking he's going to put Richie on the left. I mean, how do you see that working? Do you think he'd give them free run to just run in from both sides? So, literally like Pep used to do, really, not give them a set position, just allow them to run them and into position that they feel comfortable. I mean, how do you think? Because De Zerbi's system relies a lot on the wingers, but obviously with us losing Kudus, it's left us short.
Well, I think they all have a job to do, Kate. What that job will be, only them and De Zerbi know that. But I think they all have a job to do, and he install it into them what their job is. And I'm just interested to see how hard they work now with this guy, because they're going to have to work hard. Why there's going to be no wandering back for any of the players. But look, you got to be a special kind of player, ain't you, to be given a free role. I think Xavi will be given that. He's the type of player you can't really pin down. Let him have a free role of what to do. But I'm so interested to see how they perform under this guy and what he's instilled into them. And how hard they're going to work. If they're going to actually do what he tells them to do, because it seemed like under Frank, no, they just seem to do what they want. So
Yeah.
I'm just so excited to watch this game. I really am.
Oh, Jimbo's excited. Dermot, I think it's fair to say that Romero, and Jim was talking about, I'm looking forward to seeing how that they play. And, I think it's fair to say Romero's got some criticism, not only for his bozo moments with his red cards, but a couple of games we've seen him just strolling around the pitch, like no urgency. I don't see Zerbi putting up with that at all. I mean, do you think he'll have the respect from the players where they actually step up their game? Or am I being too optimistic?
No, I think they will. I think he will. But it's bad, isn't it, that these players just decide, no, we're going to show up now. You're right about Romero. I was fuming with him with Nottingham Forest when he didn't come back. I was absolutely livid with him. But I think he will have the respect of Romero and Mickey van der Ven and Porro and all these players that haven't showed up at all this season, that have down tools, that can't be bothered to run after a ball, but suddenly they got a manager in, oh, we respect you. Yeah, well, where have you been all season? Where have you been putting in the performances, the likes of them? Yes, what worries me today a little bit, I suppose I'm slightly nervous, is if we go 1-0 down, what's the reaction of the players going to be? Are we going to see a team that's going to be, right, we're 1-0 down, let's get together again, let's go again? Or are we going to see them drop their heads? That is the thing. And I just wonder, have these players, as much as I love Zerbi, and Zerbi's here next season, brilliant, have some of these players got the fight in their belly? And with the World Cup coming up in the summer, are they really going to, likes of Romero and players like that, are they really going to put their body on the line? Are they going to go into a tackle 100%?
Well,
I hope
look,
they do. I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm proved wrong. But
look, it boils down to, right? A lot of this boils down to how much they want to be here, right, and how much they want to be here under this manager.
Yeah.
So if we're to believe what we've been reading and what we've been told by the experts, right, they've really took to him, right, in the short time he's been there, and they love the way his training is and the football he wants to play. So if they want to be here next season with this club, right, with this club, right, then they need to put their body on the line, because he's not going to have anybody that doesn't want to be here. He's already said that.
No, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, he
doesn't want them. If you don't want to wear this, I was going to put my badge, but I haven't got a top on purpose.
Jim's just doing this thing where he's not wearing a Spurs shirt till we win in the league again, just so everyone knows, because Jim's always got a Spurs shirt on, but he's refusing to wear one till we win a Premier League game.
Right, if they want to be at this club, right, and for me, right, I say it to Kate all the time, and she looks at me and she just shakes her head. It's the best club in the world. There's not a club for me like Tottenham Hotspur. You can take any club you want: Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man United, City. For me, there's not a club above this club. And if they're going to wear our shirt and play football for our club, that's exactly how they should feel. And if they don't feel like that, I don't think he wants them here. If you don't want to play for this club and this badge, then fuck off.
Yeah, but it is all about fighting, isn't it? It's all about them putting their foot in and playing for the shirt. But it just that's my only bit of worry that I have. If we go 1-0 down, what happens? What would their mentality be like? And
it should be. It should be. It doesn't matter. We're 1-0 down. We're going to fight and we're going to come back and win.
I agree. I totally agree. But
I think
I don't know if some of these players have it.
I think that's the mentality that Zerbi will have, because I think that's what Ange would say. I don't care if they score 2, we're going to score 3. But it's putting it into practice, because if you look at the stats for this year, whenever we've gone 1-0 down, we haven't won a game. So it is a concern. We've got to score the first goal, which is why I thought he might start with Gallagher and Paulinho, maybe, or a more defensive lineup. Look, Fox United, if Jimbo says they're the best club in the world, who are we to argue?
Look, you obviously, you probably think your club is, but I support Tottenham Hotspur, and for me, there's not a club on this planet that's above it.
Yeah. Big up to Shem, been a member for 25 months. Big up to you. And big up as well to Spill the Tea Lou, who sent everyone over from her lovely channel. Thank you, Lou. Mr. Chang, I mean, look, as Jim said, he was wondering how he was going to get all through, like how he was going to choose which attackers to put in. He made a point of saying in his press conference, we've got very good attacking players. You know, he even said Mawani is a good player, even though he's not having a great season. This is the first time I've looked at that team and thought, actually, there is real goals in this team because we have struggled. Do you expect to see those three maybe get on the score sheet? Do you think it'll be a high-scoring game with the way he's playing? What's your thoughts after seeing the lineup?
Honestly, Miss Kate, I think goals from anyone, regardless of their position, they could be strikers, midfielders, or defenders. I think all of them have a very important role to play in our Premiership survival and also on building this new squad, this new team around the Zerbi. But as far as those forwards that we have is of any concern, well, the first thing that strikes me is that the Zerbi has experience with the French league, especially with Marseille. Let's see if we can get a tune out of our French trio, our three musketeers, Tel, Kodabeer, and of course Kolo Muani. And then, if that works out, the next one will be to see if we can reinstill some sort of confidence in both Solanke and Richarlison. Richarlison, I think he's going to be looked at very closely by his Brazilian national team if he is indeed to make the cut and head to the Americas, which I hope for him comes to pass. But the players should look upon this as their chance now to actually go forward and do what they're supposed to be doing, regardless if it's scoring goals, creating opportunities, taking on their players in a dribble, or just trying to beat their markers to get that cross in for the forwards to set up the opportunities. I would really love to see a goal between the trio of Richarlison, Kolo Muani, and Solanke. I feel that there will be goals, but right now we cannot be too picky and choosy as to where those goals come from. I would gladly walk away now with a point, but I believe it was Mr. Dermot Moyles who said it earlier. I think
Whoa. Chang. Stand in the corner and face the wall. What are you talking about? You'll be happy to walk away with a point.
I was just about to refer to Mr. Moyles and his statement earlier that we need all 3 points. That's what I didn't finish my sentence, but I will finish it now. I will bring up what Mr. Moyles said earlier. That's we need all 3 points today. We need to get control over our Premiership survival. It needs to be in our hands. The fate of our Premiership survival needs to be in our hands. Let that be 3 points today, and to many more beyond this day. Having said that, back to you, Ms. Kate.
That's better. 3 points today.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with Jams here that even if Spurs get a draw, it's a bad result. I think we have to win today, Derm. I know you was going to say something there. Sorry for interjecting.
No, you're right. 3 points is all vital today. A point's no good.
Yeah.
We can't get a point.
Yeah.
If we get a point, we're still in the bottom three. And this is what I'm talking about. We're down there. We have to put the pressure back on West Ham now. They won the other night. We've got to match their results. We match their results win for win for win. We're fine. And as Jim says, if we win the next 3 games, that's 9 points. Look, I'm looking at probably 2 wins and a draw. So that's 7 points. Aston Villa could be a point at Villa away. You get to Leeds knowing a point's going to keep you up at Leeds. You're going into the last 2 games of the season, nothing to worry about. If we get to Leeds and we're 3 points adrift at the bottom, knowing we still need 4 points from our last 3 games, then I'm going to start to worry. But a win today, it puts us above West Ham, puts them back in the bottom 3, and it gives us something to build on. A win is vital today. For me, a draw or defeat is not good at all. That will be a bad result. 3 points keeps us out there, and that's what we need.
Yeah, I agree. The stoic look, that could be all that Arsenal get to celebrate this year, St. Tottenham's Day. Who knows? The bottle is coming. Well, it's not even coming; it's arrived. So yeah, look, I think mentality, morale, everything means we've got to win this game. I think if we drop points, it's going to be such a bummer. And I think Zerbi is being paid 60 million over 5 years, 12 million a year, because he needs to find that balance between kicking the players up the backside and giving them a cuddle. I mean, we saw in training, Jimbo, you pointed it out to me. He constantly had his arm around Bergvall. He's put Bergvall into the team, so he's obviously got faith in the kid. It's finding that balance of who need to be motivated and pushed, and who need to be told, you know, you're the best player, I'm behind you, and whatnot. And that's what he's being paid the big bucks to do, right?
He was talking to a lot of them individually, Kate. He spent quite a bit of time with Tell as well. He had a long chat with Romero. But that's what you need to do as a manager. You know, you have to instill that you've got confidence in them, right? I mean, look, at the end of the day, Frank looked like to me that he couldn't instill like anything in them players. He was like a wet blanket, and I was shocked because what he'd done at Brentford was amazing. But obviously, this was just a one step too far for him. But De Zerbi's different. You can tell that he's assertive. He's the type of manager that if he talks, the players are going to listen to him. You know, he's not going to they won't walk past him and not shake his hand. You'll never see that happen. I can guarantee that. No. And if they do, they won't be playing for a while. So you won't get Romero now coming out speaking out either, because he won't stand for that. He's a different type of manager, and this Zerbi is the type of manager this club needs. Right, it needs someone who's strong. You know, they've had it too easy here, so let's just hope that this is the guy to sort it out. But I'm going to make a very, very bold prediction here. Right, I'm going to predict that we're going to win our next 3 games. I'm very, very confident that our next 3 games we're going to have 9 points.
Well, I hope you're right. Let's start with 1 win today. Dermot, I look at Brandon Austin and I think he must be thinking to himself, I'm never going to get a game for this club, because for me, I would have started him today. I'm not going to lie. I think Kinsky had such a mare. Would you have started him, or would you stick with Kinsky and try and get his confidence back? Because before the other day, when he let us down, he hasn't been that bad. I mean, what's your thoughts on Kinsky?
I think there was a good argument to start Austin today. There really was, and I think if you were going it from a confidence point of view, yeah, you would have done. But I think Kinsky needs to play today, A, for his confidence, and B, to put to bed what happened in Atletico Madrid. Because if you as a player, all you want to do is play the next game and put the wrongs and put the rights what you did wrong and put in a better performance and put to bed that. And I hope De Zerbi over the last 2 weeks since he's been in has put his arm around Kinsky, rebuild his confidence, and tell him, you're my keeper for Sunderland. You're my number 1. You're going to go out, show me what you can do. And I hope the players have got around him as well. And they said, look, keepers have bad games. How many keepers over the years have made cock-ups? And look at Eric Torsvett on his debut for Tottenham Hotspur against Forest. He let in 2 goals. And look what a keeper he became for us over the years. So, look, as much as Austin probably is sitting there thinking, what have I got to do? I think Kinsky had to start today for morale, for his confidence, and also for De Zerbi to say, you're my number 1, and give him the confidence to do, because he is a good keeper. There is a good keeper there, and I think he's good with his feet. He's better than Vicario with his feet, and I just like him. I like him as well. I've always liked Kinsky, and always thought a lot of people have gotten wrong a little bit, and I just felt so sorry for him on a human level against Madrid. But yeah, he will prove us wrong today. Redemption's coming today for him.
Well, let's hope so. And Chang, I'm going to give you this question. I mean, I've already gave my thoughts on Xavi, that I think he's a bit of a luxury player, but Shem says De Zerbi made all these references to Xavi Simons, but isn't starting him when we need someone creative on the pitch. Is that a worry? What's your thoughts?
So the reason why I'm not too worried, or rather I'm not overly worried that Xavi isn't starting, is because this actually gives the chance to Bergvall to show why he should be starting for the Swedish national team that squeaked through to the World Cup. What was it? A fortnight ago. So we have Xavi as an option, but fear not, we have Lucas Bergvall, and I think he must have seen something in training vis-a-vis to actually choose Bergvall over Xavi. what that is, maybe we will see come kickoff. And if Javi is to make his way or rather to try and fight his way back, then he's got a fight in his hands. But I'm all for it. I'm all for the competition this creates between Javi Simons and Lucas Bergvall. Let's just hope that we don't have to learn the hard way, or rather, the Zerbi doesn't have to find out the hard way whom is the better of the two. And if this creates that very much needed creative, or rather, a very, very competitive rivalry between our own players, I'm all for it. That actually keeps them on their toes far better than us fans could ever hope for. Having said that, straight back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, I mean, Jimbo, just quickly finishing off on Xavi. Look, for me as well, Sunderland are a really physical team. They've got a lot of big guys. I think maybe Xavi's not up for the task. I wouldn't have started him today. Would you have given him a go? I mean, I do think he's a luxury player. And I mean, let me know what you think. I'm probably waffling and talking.
Well, I think to myself, he can only play 11 players, right? And he's got a, he's the one watching him in training, and he's obviously watched some videos of Sunderland, and he's put out the players that he thinks are going to be best for this game, right? And it's not always going to be like that. There's going to be plenty of games in the future that Xavi starts. So I think that you have to have faith in your manager, right? And we lost faith in Frank, so we were criticising a lot of things that he was doing. And true, there was only here 5 minutes, but this is a new manager. It's a new era. We've got to have faith in him and trust that he knows what he's doing. He's a very good manager, Kate. Everybody knows that. I mean, look, Pep couldn't have said anything better about him. That for him, he was the best manager he'd seen in 20 years, bringing, with his style of football. And so we just got to have faith that he knows what he's doing. So if he says Xavi's not right for this game, then who am I to argue with him?
Do you agree with the idea that he's a bit of a luxury player, though? Yeah,
of course he is. Of course he is. But there's going to be plenty of games, right, where Xavi's going to fit in and he's going to be really, really important. Even in these last 7 games, there's still going to be games where he's going to be important. But obviously, I mean, look, this is a hard team. They're not mug Sunderland. They're a tough team to beat, especially at home. They're a strong physical team. So he's obviously thinking to himself, he's not the right guy for this game. And maybe if we need someone to create, or if we're two up, or he can bring him on and give him a run out. But I mean, I trust in my manager. That's what I've always done until we don't trust them anymore.
Yeah, Terry says this is probably the first time since early Ange that the team selection screams, "We're coming for you." It's so good to see.
Yeah.
Darren, what's your thoughts on Gallagher? In fact, let's change it to Gallagher. What's your thoughts on Gallagher? Because a lot of people in the chat saying he's not done anything, he's trash. But we're seeing him today. It looks like in the 10 in his preferred position. What do you make of him? I've got high hopes for this guy. What about you?
I do. I want to see the Gallagher that was at Palace and Chelsea. I want to see him, and if we can get that player, then I think we got a bargain. I really do. And we're playing him in his right position. I mean, Tudor and Frank were playing them. I mean, Tudor played him on the wing. He's not a winger. He's a number 10 or a number 8. That's where he plays. He doesn't play at the wing. So I'm excited to see what he can do today. If we can get the player, I wanted him, Tottenham signed him when he was at Palace, when he was playing at Palace. He had a great season. And he's been all right at Atletico Madrid as well. So if we put him in the right position, and he gets a bit of confidence and he starts enjoying his football again, then I think we've got a great player. It's all about them enjoying the football, isn't it, Kate and Jim and Mr. Chan? It's all about, as well as Xavi as well. I agree with you, Kate. He is a luxury player. He's a player, I think. He's a player. We've always had luxury players over the years. And I think we haven't had one for a while. We've got Xavi now. And I think you're right. He is a luxury player. He's not a player to put his foot in or get dirty down in the trenches. He's a player that you'll put on to, say, last half hour when players are tired, to pull the strings. But look, Gallagher today does well. I hope he does well, and I think he will. But yeah, I can't wait. If we get the Gallagher, Palace and Chelsea, then I think we've got a real player on our hands.
Exactly.
I think we can get back there.
Yeah, I agree. I also think, you know, a lot of people saying, moaning about Xavi. It's good to have him on the bench. You know, we've got game changers that can come on. We've got Xavi that can come on, change the game. We've got Spence who can bring the ball forward, and Sarr. Look, I'm trusting that Zerbi, from what I can see from this lineup, is going all out to get the first goal, maybe get a couple of goals, and then tighten it up afterwards. Maybe bring on the likes of Palini and Basuma and tighten it up. God, Jim, I can see your
football. Football is about winning, right? About scoring goals and winning, right? When you watch, look, I'm going to say Arsenal, for instance. I watched Arsenal yesterday. They looked scared in that first half to go forward and score. It was like they were scared to win, to lose the game. And you can't be like that in football. You know, if you want to win a game, it's the same with any sport. If you want to win, you've got to go out and win, right? What's a draw? It's, you know, you want to win the game, man. This is what he set us up to go out and win the game. And if you put the other team on the back foot, right, you're always going to have the advantage, you know, having them on the back foot. And this is what we need to do. We've got 7 games to turn this around. So we need to go out and win games, not be worried about losing.
I agree with Tottenham. I like this. Let Tel and Xavi run and dribble against tired legs later in the game. Listen to Reese. You can disagree with everything I say. You're perfectly within your right. It might be because I'm a woman. I don't know. But, you know, I'm not claiming to be an expert. If I was an expert, I wouldn't be sat here. I'd be managing someone somewhere.
What's he saying?
Anyone else disagrees with everything she says?
Oh, well, I'll tell you something. She's very educated on football. So maybe if you sat and listened, you might learn something.
Oh, see, look, protective hubby coming out there. The big old bear has arrived. I agree, Jimbo. Arsenal looked like they were playing not to lose instead of playing to win. Yeah, that was good yesterday. Good afternoon, Paul G. He says, good afternoon, you wonderful people. In the famous words of my mate, Jimbo, come on, you effing Spurs. And he's also been a member for 23 months. Big up to you. I have got some score predictions already coming. People have come in nice and early. Tupac has said from the grave, we are winning 3-0. Tupac. Jason Green has said 3-1 Spurs. Kola, Mawani, Solanke and Gallagher to score. Oh, that'd be nice. Sam Joe has said 3-2 to Spurs. Another one, Gary Ball is saying 3-2 to Spurs as well. Another Mr. Simpleton is saying, I'm going for a big 2-2. I hope you win though. Michael is saying 7-0 to, and we'll never ever know who it's to. But I'm going to come to you. Yes, do put your goal scorers and scores in the chat. 4-0 Spurs says Marcus. Pagey says 3-1 Spurs. 5-0 Spurs says Steve Dyer. I'm loving this optimism. Well said, Kate and Jimbo. You guys do a great job. Listen, I'm perfectly happy to have people disagree with my opinion, but everything I say, surely not. 2-0 Vicario saving a penalty. That would be a job because he's not even playing, but I like the sentiment. I think we win 2-0, forever the optimist. 1-0 Spurs, 2-1 Solanke and Gray. Mr. Chang, a lot of positive vibes today because I think, you know, we're seeing a team that is giving us a little bit of excitement. Like I say, I've got twinges all over the place after seeing this team. What do you fancy for the score and the scorers for this game?
I'm going to go with Lady Web 9's prediction here, which I think was the prediction I gave to you. What was it, Wednesday night or was it Thursday night? Yes, I will stick with my 2-1 away win prediction. If you ask me of whom I think is going to score for us, I think it's fair to say that one of our strikers, or rather one of our forwards, regardless of who that is, if it's Richarlison, Solanke or Kolomwani, one of them has to score. And if we can get a goal out of the midfield, either one of Gallagher or Bergvall, or even what's his name now? Oh my goodness, I'm blanking on his name. Archie Gray. Yep. If we can get a goal from Archie Gray, that would help. But 2-1 for us, Miss Kate. And if none of our starting 11 can get a goal, well, we always have our bench. We always have our substitutes. Maybe this is the time for one of Pape Matasar, Polinia, maybe even a Tel to come on and win this game for it. Because the more I think about it, I think 3 points is an absolute must, which is why I'm sticking with my 2-1 away win prediction. And come on, you Spurs. Having said that, straight back to you, Kinsky.
I was with you, Chang. I had us down for a 2-1. I said my head is saying it'll be a draw. My heart is saying 2-1, but I'm actually going to change it. I'm going 3-2. I think there's going to be a bundle of goals. 3-2 to Spurs. I'm going for an absolute goal fest. And I'm going to go Richarlison to get one. I'm going to go Kolo Muani to get one. And I'm going to go for Archie Gray to get the other one. And yeah, a big statement, 3-2 win for Spurs. Dermatron, I'm expecting a big score for you here. What do you fancy the score and scorers to be?
I'm going for 3-1 Tottenham. I'm going for Archie Gray. I'm going for Bergville, and I'm going for Gallagher. I'm going for 3 goals from them today. I think we're going to batter them. I think the Zerbi ball is here. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to love it. I've seen the song already in. I'll be singing that during my watch along. I love it. I've already posted it and put it on so I can sing it. I think Bergville's going to run the show. Gallagher's going to be there pumping the air, and the Zerbi ball is here. Tottenham are staying up in the Premier League. We may have gone to the moon and back. Now they're back. Spurs are going to win.
I hope you're right.
Get ready for liftoff.
I hope you're right. Rodney Martin's with me there, going 3-2 to Spurs. I don't know quite about that, Rob, but I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you very much. Jimbo's punching above his weight with Kate.
I have to agree with Nick there.
Comment of the day, Nick. Thank you. I'll take it. Jimbo, what do you fancy for the score and the scorers?
Well, do you know what? I've got 3-0, 3-1. I can't make my mind up. But I just got a feeling today we might keep a clean sheet. I really have. It's Spurs though. Can I have 3-0, 3-1?
No, you get one choice.
I'm going to go 3-0. I just got a feeling today we're going to keep a clean sheet.
Wow.
So I'm going to go 3-0. I don't think it's going to be comfortable. I don't think I'm sitting here thinking it's going to be
3-0 not be comfortable.
Well, West Ham won 4-0 last night, and it wasn't comfortable, right? So you can win 3-0, and I think it's going to be a fiery start from us, but I think we'll end up winning it 3-0. I've just got it in my head. We're going to win the next 3 games.
Who scores for Spurs?
I can't get it out of my head.
Jimbo.
Well, look, I did say yesterday on our channel, or the day before, whenever it was, it was hard to pick because we didn't know who would be playing. But I think that Muani will get a goal. I think that Richie will get a goal. And I think that Van der Ven a powering a header from a corner.
I like it.
So, I think Solanke's going to have a very good game, but I don't think he'll score today. I think he's going to have a good game.
Fiona, we probably are deluded, but you know what? How nice is it to have that little bit of hope that it might just change? What's the point of us all sitting here going, we're crap, we're going to do this, we're going to do that? Let's hope that De Zerbi's going to get a tune out of these players and we're going to start turning our season around today.
New manager, new optimism, new feeling, new hope.
Exactly that. Derma, always a pleasure having you on the show, my lovely. What's going on over at THFC till we die?
Yeah, we've had a bit. I can't get over. We've had a massive spur. We're sort of 300 away from 3K, so we're really putting a big effort into it now. We've got after the presser. We're going to be that coming out tomorrow morning. We're going to go over the press conference. Loads of predicted lineup, shows coming up, everything to do with Tottenham. And I've just got a stat. Out of 15 games, right? Sunderland have not beaten Tottenham. The last time Sunderland beat us was April the 17th, 2010.
Bloody hell, Dr. Tottenham.
Darren Ben, I think that day scored a hat-trick against us. But It's not going to happen today. We're going to win. But please do come over to HFC till we die. Go over to Kate and Jim's channel first as well. And hit here. This is the mothership that launched the 1,000 channels. We are Spurs TV. We would not be all here if it wasn't for this channel, Ben and Sim, show them a lot of love, guys, and also show Mr. Chan a lot of love on Spurs Diehead TV as well. But yeah, come to me first, and then go to everyone else second.
Go sub to Dermot over at THFC Till We Die. Great channel over there. One of the channels that helped us get started, actually. Mr. Chang, what's going on over at Spurs Diehards?
Spurs Diehards will be having a post-match review after the match. I believe maybe much later, sometime between 9 to 10 p.m. Before this Sunday is over. And they are doing shows very regularly now, spearheaded by, of course, none other than Mr. Ian Meff and the ever knowledgeable Mr. Adrian Stroker. Yeah, it's been a wonderful last hour or so being back on the pre-match pump-up. It's been a very long time since we've done anything together, but absolutely looking forward now to this final, or rather the last 7 games of this season, and hopefully many more games under the Zerbi, if this is the direction that we are all hoping would change our fortunes for the near foreseeable future. Having said that, thank you as always, Ms. Kate, Mr. Boxall, and of course Mr. Moyles. It's always a pleasure to be included in such a illustrious panel of illuminaries here in the Spurs YouTube community. And last but not least, to everyone else who's still watching with us, hope you enjoy the game. Have a wonderful end to your Sunday or to your weekend. And last but not least, come on, you Spurs. Back to you, Ms. K.
Thank you, Chang. Make sure you go over to Spurs Diehards and sub to Chang over there. And of course, you can come over to Kate and Jimbo. We are back tomorrow with Billy T at 4:15, doing a full match review on today's game, hopefully celebrating a lovely win. Thank you so much to everyone who's watched us in the chat all over the world. You're amazing, even the ones that don't like me. Big up Paul G, Shemtan for your members chats, Tiny Tottenham for the super chat, and Kevin Berry for becoming a new member of We Are Tottenham TV. Listen, I know people are saying we're deluded. I know people are saying we're clueless. I know people are saying we've given false hope, but surely that is what being a football fan is all about.
Football fan, being a football fan is exactly all them things.
Exactly.
Having hope, being delusional, right?
Exactly.
Thinking that you're going to win 3-0. That's what football's about. Well, what do you want to do?
Right.
Sit here saying, "Oh, we're going to go down. Oh, we're going to lose every game." Well, what fun is that? We've got a new manager. It's a new bounce. Let's see how they perform. Everyone should be excited to watch this game to see how the new era is going to begin.
And at the end of the day, look, life's difficult enough. Football is supposed to be entertainment. It's supposed to bring us joy. And I am living on the Zerbi train back to safety, getting us back further up the table next year. And bringing on this new era. But thank you again to Chang, to Dermot, to Jimbo, to everyone who's watched. Enjoy the game. And as always, everyone, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.